But if I have to beg, plead for your sympathy, I don't mind, 'cause you mean that much to me. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to plead, baby, baby? Please don't leave me, girl. Now I heard a crying man is half a man with no sense of pride. But if I have to cry to keep you, I don't mind weeping if it'll keep you by my side. Ain't you proud to beg, sweet darling? Please don't leave me, girl. Ain't you proud to plead, baby, baby?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Baby Love Music Hour at the Madhouse Studios. I'm Bobby Baby Walker, and I will be doing some music with you this afternoon. I'd like to review from some of the things that we've talked about in the past, just to clarify any and help you understand anything that you don't understand. You are welcome to call me at 914-400-5670 with your questions, if you have any. Renee Marie, my co-hostess, is not with us today. She is off doing other things that are very important to her organization. And I'd like to say happy belated Thanksgiving to all of you. I know it's a little late, but, well, what can I tell you? We're starting this Christmas season, and we're going to do a review today. Okay, so the first thing we want to review is the lines and spaces. The names of the lines and spaces. If you have a staff in front of you, you can, or if you have a staff there, pull it out. And I will be going over everything verbally, okay? The lines and spaces of the staff is E, G, B, D, F, going from bottom to top, okay? From the first line being E, every. The second line is G, good. The third line is B, boy. The fourth line is D, does. And the fifth line is F. And that's how you remember it. Every good boy does fine. All right? That's from bottom to top. Okay, the spaces from bottom to top is F-A-C-E. And that spells what? That's right, it spells face. Okay, we have the time signatures. Okay, time signatures is the numbers that you see at the beginning of every piece of music that you work on. And sometimes you'll see a 4-4, sometimes you'll see a 3-4, sometimes you'll see a 6-8. So the top number always means how many beats in the measure. A beat is when you hit something, and take your foot and you tap it down and up. That's one beat. The second beat is when you hit it the second time, okay? So if there's 4 beats, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Anyway, the top number means how many beats to a measure. A measure is the distance between the two lines that you see in every, you'll see 2 lines, and then 2 lines, and 2 lines, okay, in the music. And the distance between each line, those two lines, is called a measure or a bar, okay? So the top number means how many beats to a bar, okay? And the bottom number tells you what kind of beat gets one, what kind of note gets one beat, okay? Most of the time it's a quarter note or an eighth note. A quarter note is a note that is colored in with a stem, all right? It can be going up, it could be going down. It's still a quarter note, okay? So if it says, if the music says 4/4, it means that there's 4 beats to a measure, and there's 4 of those quarter notes in that measure. And then it moves to the next measure, and then there's 4 more quarter notes. And then it keeps on moving by 4 quarter notes at a time, okay? Now, it also means that the equivalent of 4 quarter notes is also correct, all right? And there are different note values that can affect the equivalent, okay? We have what they call a time tree. And the time tree is everything that can fit into a quarter note, into a bar, all right? It starts with a 0, which is a whole note. A whole note is 4 beats, okay, for now. A whole note is 4 beats. A whole note is also equivalent to 2 half beats, half notes, okay? Each half note is 2 beats, so that's 4, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, okay? Then each half note is equivalent to 2 quarter notes. So if you have 2 half notes, it's quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, quarter note, right? So that's 4, all right? So it's still adding up, everything is still adding up to 4, all right? Now, each quarter note is equivalent to 2 eighth notes. So there are 8 eighth notes in a bar, right? Two eighth notes each for each quarter note, right? And that's as far as we're going to take it. There are smaller divisions of the beat, but we're just going to go up to eighth notes. I will say that the next division will be 16th notes, okay? Okay, so the top number means how many beats to the bar or to the measure, and the bottom number is what kind of number of note receives 1 complete beat, okay? So if it's 4 beats, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you next move to the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you move to the next bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you move to the next bar. Now the notes tell you what the time values tell you what notes, well, how long to hold the notes and what notes to play within the EGBDF and FACE. And this is how melodies are created, etc., etc. Okay, so I'm going to play quarter notes, all right? So you'll know what it is. It's going to be in C, all right? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that is actually 4 measures of 4. Okay? Now, there is something that I call the universal beat. All right? And that is quarter notes that go on indefinitely. Okay? And it just keeps on ticking. You know, it's like a clock. All right? And that clock you have to internalize. You have to be able to hear it or feel it throughout the time that you're playing the music. And it depends on how fast you're starting. Okay, the universal beat can go as fast or as slow as you want it to. Okay, but this beat is continuous. It doesn't stop. Okay, so you can think of a song that goes that fast. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your hearts be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Okay, so the universal beat just keeps on ticking. All right? Now we could do it faster. Get ready, because here I come. If you want to know what. Okay, so it can go faster and slower. Okay, it depends on you. You set the beat, all right? Or the conductor sets the beat. He'll say 1, 2, ready. 1, 2, ready, go. Boom, and that's where you start. Okay. Okay, so quarter notes are filled in circles, and then it has a stem. Okay? Half notes are circles that are not filled in with a stem. Whole notes are just circles. Okay, I hope you're writing this down again if you haven't gotten it. Eighth notes are circles filled in with a stem and with like a little flag on it. Just one little flag. Okay? That's an eighth note. A 16th note will be 2 flags. Okay? You don't confuse it with one another. It's 1 flag for eighth notes and 2 flags for 16th notes. Okay. Now we're going to do scales. On the keyboard, the first scale is C, which is the easiest scale that you can do. Okay? And it sounds like this. And I'm sure you've heard this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now, first of all, if you don't know the solfeggio, how to sing the major scale, because that is a major scale, I want you to write it down okay, and memorize it without the sound, okay? Do, D-O, re, R-E, mi, M-I, fa, F-A, sol, S-O-L, la, L-A, T, T-I, and do, D-O. And then write it in reverse, okay? And memorize it, okay? And I think we're going to go to commercial break right now, and we'll be right back.
What are you looking for? You don't even know that. You on the ball list, so you can't even answer. I'm asking you about it. You gotta be highly skilled. You gotta be highly skilled. You understand that?
What are you sick?
Are you well versed there? Are you a very smart man? Hit me with some funny shit.
My shit's twisted.
Tell me something. Tell me
What do
something.
you have right there?
That's awesome.
Well-
That's a big.
That's nice.
You know damn well.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That's
Sir, hey, are you interested in
Twisted
or not?
talent.
See, you got twisted.
That's twisted. That's talent. That's talent.
You see what I'm saying? You understand me? And if you can't whip out answers like that, that man is liable to during a commercial break punch your fucking mouth loose. You understand me? Time is up, sir. You understand me? You're on. You're the man. All right, give me your name now. I'm sorry.
My name is Willie.
Willie, where you working at?
We are twisted. We are awesome. Love it.
Can you repeat that question again?
Galaxy Luxury Coach is a full-service limousine and party bus company. Family-owned and operated, we are an industry leader with over 25 years of experience in providing best-in-class luxury transportation for your special event. Whether it's your precious wedding day, an all-day wine tour out east, your high school prom, that special birthday, or just an amazing night on the town, our professional chauffeurs stand ready to ensure your special event is truly special. Galaxy Luxury Coach has one of the largest and modern party bus fleets in the New York area. Our party buses are simply nightclubs on wheels. Concert sound systems, light shows, lasers and strobes, multicolor LED lighting brilliantly lights your party bus inside and out. For corporate and more laid-back events, we will cater to your specific needs and requests. What sets Galaxy aside from all others in the luxury transportation industry is our attention to detail in customizing our services to your special event. At Galaxy, it's all about you and your guests. Galaxy customers return time and time again because they know they can trust Galaxy to help deliver those lifetime memorable moments. Step aboard and let your Galaxy experience begin.
Stretching under sedation or manipulation under anesthesia is a very gentle, very precise procedure to very slowly release any scar tissue that is formed as a result of a traumatic injury. Many people ask, how does this work? Will I get hurt? Will you stretch me too far? We only stretch the body part to its normal range of motion. After completing the post-MUA rehabilitation program, it's very common that our patients say to us, hey, I can play ball with my kid again. Hey, I can bowl again. Hey, I can enjoy hiking again. This is what makes it rewarding to us as practitioners.
Hello, ladies. Is what a dummy would say. Smart people use bear glove. Trees and sticks? No thanks. Get the respect you deserve with bear glove. And if you're not convinced, it's time to...
Be quiet, painting. We're playing chess. Checkmate, timber.
Why do cats stare when you're pouring milk? It's like they know it's only a matter of time. The only thing between them and opposable thumbs. Imagine that. Cats with thumbs. And what if they got together? Gangs of cats with thumbs. An organized army with one thing on their mind. Cravendale. Well, jog on, kitties.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me some kibbles and bits.
Kennel Ration introduces Kibbles and Bits, a brand new idea. It's 2 new dog foods in one. Kibbles, a new crunchy, meaty tasting dry, and Bits, a new chewy burger-style food. He'll crunch it, chomp it, absolutely devour it. Kibbles and Bits, 2 great new dog foods in one.
Kibbles and bits, kibbles and bits. I'm gonna get me more kibbles and bits.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Baby Love Music Hour. My name is Bobby Baby Walker, and we're at the Madhouse Studios reviewing music that we talked about on previous shows. Okay, so we ended on that the major scale is Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do, backwards, okay? Forward and backwards. If you don't mind, I would like you to learn it forward and memorize it forward and then write it backwards and then memorize it backwards, okay? And that'll make it easier for you to associate the sounds of the major scale with the syllables. You have to memorize them first, okay? And it's Do, 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 Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Do, and Do, Ti, La, Sol, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. Okay, the next thing I want you to know is that this is called a major scale. The C scale is called a major scale, all right? And every major scale has the same pattern. So now we're going to talk about intervals, all right? From C to D is called, no, excuse me. C and C is called a perfect unison. C to D is called a major second. C to E is called a major third. C to Fa to F is called a perfect fourth. C to G is called a perfect fifth because they're 5 notes away. C to A is called a major sixth, and C to B is called a major seventh. So it's and the perfect octave starts it again, okay? Okay, so these, I was playing it in what they call arpeggiated form, okay? It was, or melodic form, they're not block form. Blocks are like this. Okay? They're played together instead of one after another. Okay. Now, in the major scale, when you go from uh, C to D, there is a note in between, a black note in between, and that is C sharp or D flat. Going up is sharp, coming down is flat. Okay, so it could be either one. So we'll call it, since we're in the key of C and we're going up the scale, we'll call it D sharp. C sharp. Okay? Then right after D, there's another black key. So we'll call that D sharp. Okay? And then we go back to E, all right, which is the next note, C to E, all right? And then C to F. But there's no black key in between these, all right? So that is where the natural half steps of the scale occur. And every scale has natural half steps. And in this case, in the major scale, it occurs between the 4th degree and the 5th degree, the 3rd degree and the 4th degree, and the 7th and the 8th degree, okay? So if you look at the scale, C scale, there's no black key between E and F, and there's no black key between B and C, okay? So that's where the natural half steps occur in any major scale, all right? So if we went to the next scale up, which is D, right, from C to D, here we go. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, right? So, in the key of D, you have unison, major second. Here, the major second, since there is a natural half step here, we have to compensate for that to make it a whole step. So we'll go up 1/2 note more to make it a whole step. So it's E, F, and F sharp, all right? So the third step will be F sharp. So it's 1, 2, then from D to G is a 4th, right? That's the 4th degree. Do, re, mi, fa. From D to A will be do, re, mi, fa, sol. From D to B, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la. From D to C sharp, because after B, remember there's a natural half step that occurs, so you have to go up an extra note, okay, to the black key. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti. And then back to the D. Do. All right? So, there is a scale called the chromatic scale. And the chromatic scale takes into account every half step on the keyboard. And there are 12 half steps, and the last octave is the 13th. Okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then the octave 13 starts the whole system all over again, okay? So it's do, di, re, mi, fa, fi, so, si, la, li, ti, do. And then, obviously, you have to learn it backwards. Do, ti, te, la, le, fa, fe, la, ti, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay? Again, you have to write it out if you want to learn it forward and backwards. Okay? Okay, we're going to go to a break, and we'll be right back.
Instead of mailing everyone my vacation photos, I'm saving a ton of time by posting them to my wall.
Ooh, I like that one.
It's so quick. It's just like my car insurance. I saved 15% in just 15 minutes.
I saved more than that in half the time.
I'd unfriend you.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
15 minutes for a quote isn't how it works anymore. With Esurance, 7.5 minutes could save you on car insurance. Welcome to the modern world. Esurance, backed by Allstate. Click or call.
Legends TV presents Vaudeville Review in the 21st Century, December 5th, 2015 at Theater 294 Route 109 in Farmingdale, New York. Easily accessible by mass transit, Long Island Railroad, all major highways, the N72 Babylon bus right outside the door. Featuring hip-hop, R&B, magic, rock, comedy, poetry, pro wrestling celebrities, and much, much more. Starring R&B pop singer, songwriter Roger Ortega and hip-hop great So Soon. Also appearing ukulele rocker Lloyd Gold, rocker Kareen Ulano, Firestone, comedy greats Sherwin XL and Brenda Lawson, magician the amazing Louie, poet John Winnell, our house band Alpha and Walter Halverson, mixing blues, rock, and hip-hop in a multi-genre mashup as they perform a great set while serving as our house band. And pro wrestling fans don't miss Rage and Vinny the Guido. Find us on Facebook, Legends TV, Evan Ginsberg, Steve Ludwig, and folks, you missed the birth of your mother and father. Don't you dare miss Legends TV's Vaudeville Review in the 21st Century, December 5th at Theater 294 Route 109, Farmingdale, New York. Be there. All tickets only $20, available at the door, Theater 294 on Facebook.
and gentlemen, and welcome to the Madhouse Studios. My name is Bobby Baby Walker, and this is the Baby Love Music Hour. Okay, we are working on scales and half steps and like that. But I'd like to mention to you that I will be performing tonight at Reni's restaurant in Elmsford, and it will be from 7 to approximately 11. I will be performing with Jeannie Claire and Larry. So come on by if you have some time. It's 12 West Main Street in Elmsford, New York. Okay? All righty. Also, going back to scales, all right? Every note on the scale, on the chromatic scale, all right, has a name, or actually two names, all right? But we'll just go with going up the scale. The black keys are sharp keys. They're called sharps, all right? So the C and the black key next to the C is called the C sharp. The D has a D sharp, which is the next note, black key up. E, the white key, ends up being the sharp for the E, okay? But that's only in the higher keys. F, the F sharp is right next to it, going up to the right. G is right next to G sharp, going up. A is right next to A sharp, going up. And then the B has the C as B sharp if you need to call it B sharp, but you don't have to call it B sharp until you get into the higher keys, okay? So this will be the T-do, okay? And that's the effect that we're looking for, the T-do, all right? All right, so in every key, you have that relationship, all right? This is D key, the scale of D. Okay, it's just like, and it uses basically the same pattern as the C. Okay? So once you learn the pattern, you can apply it to different scales. All right? Okay, so that was the C and the D scale. The E, all the other scales follow the same pattern. Okay? Okay, so if I ask you, going back to the major scale now, if I ask you to build a major scale on the key of A, all right, you'll go 1, right, 2, and you will skip from B to C sharp, because that is a whole step. A whole step has to be 2 half steps, or actually 3, if you count the one that you're on. So it's 1, 2, 3. That's a whole step, right? So from A, the first, remember the pattern for major scales: half step, whole step, half, whole step, and half. Okay? So this is 1, 2, that's 1 whole step, that's 2 whole steps, that's a half, right? Whole step, half, and then the next part of the scale is whole step, half, and I started on the on the D. Anyway, we go from whole step, half, to whole step, half. So it's 1, 2, right? Whole step, half, whole step, and half. Okay? All right, so I'd like you to practice that in the key of E flat, right? You start on E flat and count whole step, half, whole step, half. All right? For E flat, the key of E flat, the key of D, the key of F, and the key of G. Okay? I'll repeat that. The key of E flat, starting on E flat, the key of D, the key of F, and the key of G. So that's E flat, D, F, and G. E flat, D, F, and G. Okay, remember you can call me anytime at 914-400-5670, and I'll answer any question you have. If you want to write me, you can write me at Bobby Walker, Facebook. Okay? Bobby Walker at Facebook. And you know what I look like, so there's a lot of Bobby Walkers out there. Bobby Walker at Facebook, or Bobby Baby Walker at Facebook. And so I think we're going to be ending here, and we'll review more about the minor scale the next lessons. And we'll be talking more about intervals in the next lesson also. Okay, so I'm Bobby Baby Walker, and have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Oh, rather, week after next. Okay, take care. Mwah.